Jack Devereaux and Jennifer Horton sitting down with Chad DiMera is not simply a custody discussion. It is a moment where years of shared love, pain, and unresolved grief collide. Abigail's absence is the unspoken presence in the room, guiding every concern and fear. For Jack and Jennifer, this conversation is an extension of their ongoing mourning. They are not only grandparents advocating for Thomas and Charlotte, they are parents still trying to protect the last living pieces of their daughter. Every worry they express about stability, safety, and emotional well-being is deeply tied to the trauma of losing Abigail and the terror of losing control over her children's future as well. For Chad, this meeting is emotionally brutal. He enters the conversation knowing that no matter how calm or reasonable he appears, he is being evaluated, not just as a parent, but as a man who has endured repeated loss and chaos. Chad's grief has never fully healed, and Jack and Jennifer's concerns inevitably touch the most vulnerable parts of him. When they question what environment is best for Thomas and Charlotte, Chad hears an unspoken accusation that he might not be enough. This strikes at his deepest fear, that the turmoil surrounding his life could ultimately cost him his children. Chad's resistance is not about control, it is about identity. Being their father is the one role he refuses to surrender. The difficulty of deciding what's best for Thomas and Charlotte lies in the fact that there is no option free of pain. Jack and Jennifer worry that Chad's emotional instability and the circumstances surrounding his life could expose the children to further trauma. Chad worries that separating them from their father would compound their grief and reinforce feelings of abandonment. Both sides are correct in different ways, which makes compromise incredibly hard. This is not a battle between right and wrong, but between two interpretations of love shaped by loss. Thomas's emotional struggles loom over the conversation even in his absence. He has already shown signs of internalizing adult conflict, believing that his anger or actions have caused the family turmoil. The adult's attempt to handle this quietly does not erase the fact that children sense tension, fear, and uncertainty. This makes the custody decision defining rather than temporary. The choice made here will influence how Thomas learns to process grief, conflict, and security for years to come. Felicity's presence offers a subtle but powerful counterbalance to the intensity of the custody talks. For her, witnessing these moments strengthens a bond that has been growing organically, rooted in trust, patience, and shared emotional understanding. Felicity represents the idea that support doesn't always come from authority figures or legal decisions. Her bond continues to evolve because it is based on listening rather than judgment, and shared experience rather than obligation. In a world where adults are forced into hard lines and legal definitions, Felicity provides emotional continuity and safety. This storyline is ultimately about legacy. Jack and Jennifer want to honor Abigail by protecting her children from further harm. Chad wants to honor her by raising them himself, believing that her love lives on through him. Felicity's evolving bond shows that healing can also come from chosen connections, not just blood ties. None of these perspectives cancel the others out, and that is what makes the situation so painful and real. Wednesday's episode doesn't offer easy answers. Instead, it deepens the emotional truth of the situation. When grief is involved, even the most loving people can find themselves on opposite sides. The custody decision is defining because it will reshape family dynamics, trust, and emotional safety long after the meeting ends.